Alright, welcome back to another run through of a course. Today we are looking at Justin Trails, the Classic Edition. This is in Wisconsin near Sparta, an absolutely beautiful course. Let's dive right in. Start the journey off here in hole 1 with a nice 322 foot shot up the hill a little bit here. Plays a little bit longer. Not much to avoid here other than just making sure you stick right on the hill. Drone's going to fly right over the top. Got a little tree on the left, brush on the right. It's well maintained course though, so nothing too much to worry about. Just make sure you hit and kind of stick right up top and have a great shot at it. Hole 2, 246 foot par 3. Get out that mid-range for a nice easy throw. Unless you're me, then it's a 13 speed driver. Tuck it right up in here. You got a nice easy hill to land on. Get yourself an easy 2. Hole 3, 270 foot. You got a tree to avoid right off the start, but then you've got just an awesome shot that you can throw and hang it right out over the right side there. Let it just kind of dive in and sit right up by that basket. Hole 4, the longest of the course, 398 feet, just a straight big old bomb directly on out. Got a nice fairway to work with. You can really take that full flex shot or just drive straight at it. You can even take a big old hyzer lane if you really feel like it. Super fun though to just set the disc right out there, let it do its work, hit that pin. Hole 5, 323 feet. Now we're coming off the front side and we really start getting closer to those trees. Really cool shot down here through the middle of the woods. This does play a little shorter as it is downhill a little bit. You want to make sure you don't go too far, otherwise you're going to hit that buckthorn. Otherwise, nice fun shot down the middle and hitting that pin. Hole 6, 297 feet. We're going to go ahead and take a nice easy backhand. Shoot it high and wide. Just let it sit right out over that beautiful field there. It's going to dive right back into the left side coming up here right under the tree and tuck yourself in for a nice fun birdie. Next up, hole 7, 297 feet. We're going to start taking with a nice little tunnel shot here. Straight down the middle, you can kind of see how this has really been lined up and teed up for just the perfect shot. It's pretty fun to hit, throw or blast it right down the middle, even make a little ace run of it. Alright, we're on hole number 8, 282 feet. Let's follow up that last tunnel shot with a little bit of another tunnel shot here. This time you can finally take that forehand out, blast it straight down the middle, or a nice turnover backhand shot because you don't need much of a turn, just a little bit to sit right up in there and giving yourself a nice look at the basket for 2. Hole 9 here, 309 feet, probably plays a little closer to 340 to 350. It is a pretty good uphill climb this entire way. You've got a little bit of space where you can really swing something out wide to the right and let it crash into the left. Otherwise, you're really just powering a shot straight up through the middle, hoping not to fade out into the woods on the left there. Probably one of my favorite holes on the course, hole 10, 291 feet. This course does play with a Mando here right at the split, and so you are taking this left-hand lane. I like this a lot because it really forces you to take a nice hard turnover shot or use that classic forehand and really just bomb it right down this lane, let it fade out into its natural spot, stealing a birdie on this one. Here we go, hole 11. Nice look at the pin, a little bit of a water carry here. Probably plays close to about 170 though, as it is a pretty good downhill grade. You got just a nice shot that you can look directly at the basket, take a putter, take a mid-range, bomb right at it, and maybe ring one up. Hole 12, 253, probably plays a little closer to 270 as there is a slight uphill on this. You can go ahead, swing something out wide to the right and let it just fall nice and easy back in. You do have a little worry about pushing a little too far here. It is kind of set up on a hill. But otherwise, you got a nice little landing spot. You can find yourself a little tweet tweet. Hole 13, 267, does have a nice little uphill climb the entire way. Probably plays a little closer to 290. I'd say one of the harder courses is the green gets a little bit difficult to get accessible. You gotta have a pretty good tunnel shot down the middle, but then once you get up close to the hole here, you gotta be a little careful making sure your putt doesn't hit and roll away, as this hill is pretty steep on the other side of it, so you wanna make sure you land something up there nice. Hole 14, 326 feet, plays a little downhill. Wind's at your back right now. You got a cool shot where you just want to make it out of the tunnel, give yourself a look for bird. Throw something right down the middle here. You can let it flex out at the end of your flight. Sit out right in this open path, looking at the basket. Hole 15, 233 feet, probably plays close to 250. Make sure you just take that nice forehand line on the left, or you got a nice cool hyzer line on the right that goes over the trees. Really just want to sit up there on the hill, not go too far, as it is a little easy to kind of do a little skippity-doo into the woods, but otherwise, if you can just set yourself there, you'll be looking pretty. Hole 16, 354 feet, one of the last holes that you can really push the distance on this one a little bit. You want to be careful, as that wind is coming off the left side of the hill a lot of times, so if you get something out there, if the bottom edge of the disc is a little bit overexposed, you will find yourself down in the sunflower seeds taking a couple selfies. Otherwise, go ahead and just let one ride, spike right into the hill, tap in for a bird. Hole 17, 191 feet. Really, this is just rip putter right on out. Try and make it through this gap here and just land right up by the pin. The green does get to be a little bit of a fast spot. You do got a lot of hills on either side, so it is a little bit more trickier than some may give it credit for. Fun little hole coming into the end of this course. Last hole, best hole, hole 18, 192 feet. Now this is kind of the tricky one here. You gotta get through this little bit of a branch fest here, and then all of a sudden you got a basket that's sitting on a really nice graded hill. So you really want to be throwing something out there that's going to really stick that hill and give yourself an easy shot for two, not rolling away too far. That'll do it for the Justin Trails Classic course. Make sure to subscribe and like, and let me know what kind of courses you want me to film next. Until next time.